the one, the only, Ben Sion. Good morning, welcome to Yeshiva YouTube Daily Double. Today we're doing Masechet Shekalim, Perek Vav, Mishnayos Gimel and Dalit. Mishnah Gimel says, "V'heichani mishtach." We learned yesterday there were 13 places people in Azara used to bow down to because they had importance. Arba b'Safon, there were 4 gates in the northern part of the Azara. Arba b'Darom, 4 in the southern part. Shalosh b'Mizrach, 3 in the eastern part. Shnai b'Marav, and 2 in the western part. Keneged Shlosh Asar Sharim. They bowed towards the 13 gates. Sharim Dromim Smuch L'Marav. The southern gates were closer to the west side, closer to the Heichal. Shar HaElyon, one was called Shar Elyon because it was the top one. Shar Delek, where they had the firewood that was already checked. Shar HaBchoros, where they kept the animals from Meiser Bechor, because the Bechor actually was shechted in the south, not in the north, where most animals were shechted. Shar HaMayim. Shar HaMayim was the place. We'll see. V'lama Nikra Shmo Shar HaMayim. What was called Shar HaMayim? Shabok Machnisin Slucha Shal Mayim Shal Nisa Chachag. That's where they used to store the water for the special libations of water on Sukkot, only done once a year. Or at least every day during Sukkot. Eliezer ben Yaakov Omer Bo Mayim Mefachim V'Asid Lios Yosim Mitachas Mitanabay. Eliezer says a different explanation. The Gemara, I believe in Yuma, talks about what's going to happen in the time of Mashiach. That water is going to come out from the Kodesh HaKadoshim, and it's going to go out into this place, into this Shar HaMayim, and it's going to eventually go out and form a big river. Lumasan B'Safon, corresponding to these southern gates, they had ones in the north. 4, Smuch L'Marav. They were also closer to the western side. Shar Yechanya, Shar Karban, Shar Nashim, Shar Ashir. Shar Yechanya, we'll explain in a second. Shar Karban, where they keep the karbanos, the kudshim that were about to be slaughtered, which was in the north. Shar Nashim, place where the woman stood, where they would do smicha, they would lean on their karbanos, at least stand by their karbanos. 2 different opinions. Shar Ashir, another place where they kept all the instruments Levium used when they on the Duchan. Shar Yechanya. Why was one gate called Shar Yechanya? Yechanya was one of the last people to be exiled in Bayis Rishon. So he went in that gate to daven for the marriage of Klal Yisrael, and then he left and he went to Bavel. But Mizrach, and the east, Shar Nikanor. There really only was one major gate, Shar Nikanor. Shnei Pishpishun Hayulo. Next to it were 2 smaller gates, but those were included. Echad Yimino Ve'echad, smaller, one to the right, one to the left. There were 2 gates in the west next to the Heichal that did not have a name. There were 13 tables in the Mikdash. Right, where they slaughtered the animal in the north, there were 8 tables. They would actually, when they slaughtered the animal, they would have to get it ready for a korban. So they would wash off the innards of the animal. And 2 on the western part of the ramp, to the western part of the ramp, between the ramp and the Heichal. One was marble and one was kesef. One was silver. The one that was marble, they would put the Avarim of the animal they were going to bring, right, as a korban. Kesef klei sharis, and the one of kesef they put the actual utensils. The reason they put the animals on the shayish is because it would ruin the animals were masriach. They would eventually rot. It would ruin tables made of silver and gold, and it would be poverty in the makom ashiras in the Beis Hamikdash. When you put on marble, you can put a slab of marble. It's going to cool it down. It's not going to get melted. It's not going to ruin it. Shnayim ba'ulam. There were 2 other tables in the ulam, which is the antechamber before the heichal. One was marble and one was gold. Al shel shayish. When they were going in on Shabbos to bring the new lechem upon him, they put it on the marble table until they had a chance to bring it in. And when they left on Shabbos to take out the old loaves of lechem upon him, they would put it on a golden table. Because you go up in Kedusha and you don't go down in Kedusha. Now, there's 2 ways of explaining this. I'll explain the regular share the way the Rav says. Right, the reason when they went in, it was marble, because marble is not as valuable as gold. So they wanted to go up in Kedusha. So when they came in, they were with marble. And then when they left, it was Malin Bekdusha. It would place it on the gold. And the 13th table was the famous shulchan that we know about in the Torah, where they stored the lechem upon him basically from one Shabbos to the next Shabbos. Stay tuned for Imitzion, where I give a different explanation of Ma'al Mikdusha V'lo Moridin in this Mishnah, and based on that, explain what this machlokes is about. Ma'al Mikdusha V'lo Moridin, Ian Mitzion, coming up next.